What is good, everyone? My name is Cameron Cuba, once again from my humble space, my humble home studio, Orun Kingdom Music here in Somerset, United Kingdom. So today I want to share with you my 5 steps to make my audio processing plugin selection. In today's episode, we are not going to be making beat as usual because I'm entering into the phase of mixing and mastering the Ikigai EP that I'm working on. If you want to see the beat making part of the process of the production of the EP, I'm gonna leave the link in the description, as well as at the end of the video you will see the prompt to go to those videos. But today we are talking about how to select efficiently the audio processing plugins for your mixing productions. I think that today, more than any other time, it's very important to have a little bit of knowledge and culture about audio processing and stuff like that, because there's so many options out there that it could be overwhelming. I understand with the change of the world, the dynamic, the financial economic dynamic around the world, a lot of plugin manufacturers are changing their structure, the business model from ownership of your plugin to subscription based. The purpose of today's video is to help you if you are starting in that part of the journey, or even if you are savvy and you want to make more efficient your process, is to share my experience and work out together how to narrow down the possibilities. So by the end of this video, you should have a little bit more clarity of how to create that selection of plugins that work for your specific needs. The step number 1 is going to be assess your needs. Why this is such an important part? Because depending on who you are and where you are in your journey as a music producer or audio engineer is the tools that you are going to need to accomplish those goals. You need to be honest with yourself. How much knowledge do you actually have about audio processing in general? So based on your knowledge, the level of complexity that you will need. There is a lot of plugin out there that has a really good integration between AI and the plugin itself, which means that even if you don't have the knowledge, you have a really good starting point for your audio processing. I know that the AI topic is really trending now online. I think that this is only a tool. Depending on your actual needs, you can use it in one way or another, right? It's just a tool. Don't get too fussy about AI. I use it a lot because it means efficiency for me. The step number 2 is going to be research. And I want to highlight this step really quick. You need to go through the first step first. You need to get to know your needs before going to do your research. Because if you go to research without knowing your needs, it will be so overwhelming. There is so many noise and so many options out there, so many people telling you that this is the right product for you. When you are going to build a house, you need to understand what type of house you're going to build, and then you buy the materials. Only go to research for the products and the tools that you actually are going to need. My step number 3 is going to be focus on quality. I'm telling you now, I made this mistake quite a few times across my career and in my life overall. I'm from Cuba, and in Cuba we speak Spanish, and there is a phrase that we use a lot in Cuba that said, lo barato sale caro. Basically what I'm trying to say is like, I know that it's tempting to go for the cheaper options, and I understand depending on your level. Remember, the first step is to assess your needs, to understand where you are in the journey. Depending on where you are in the journey, how much you are willing to invest in your career as a music producer, as an artist, or as an audio engineer, depending on that is how much you are going to be willing to invest, right? But even if you are starting, even if you are planning to go small and try and see what happens, I will recommend that go for the best quality possible option. Not the most expensive one, it's not the same, Sometimes it is, but not always is the case. The research step is more about to finding the right balance between quality and price range. I know that there is a lot of noise, a lot of things happening with these subscription-based companies. Unfortunately, this is an expensive business, and you need to have clarity of what do you need and invest only in the thing that really gonna add value to what you do. The step number 4 is linked to the previous steps, and it's very simple. It's just to get to know the plugins you already have. I don't know which DAW are you using at the moment. It could be Ableton Live, it could be Pro Tools, it could be FL Studio, Cubase, Logic, you name it. All of those software already come with built-in plugins that are really good. I don't know why we have this obsession with buying third-party plugins instead of actually understanding the full potential of the tools that we already have. We have to make an investment when we buy those DAWs. If you don't make the most of them, if you don't get to know your tools, I mean, what is the point? Unless you have a lot of money to spend, you know, that's absolutely fine. But if you are like me, you know, you are a survivor, you are a warrior, you are a hustler, so you need to count your pennies. And in that case, I will highly encourage you to get to know your software first before investing in anything else, and get to know who you are. Remember the step number 1. It's very important. Don't forget that. And the step number 5 is going to be avoid too many options. I can tell you from my own experience, and every time I open the DAW when I want to do something specifically, I had to deal with this massive list of things that, oh my god, it's way too much. Speaking of avoiding too many options, I have done a bit of cleaning here. This is one of my templates here for Ableton Live. And basically what I have done here is in this section here, which is the library section, Ableton have this collection that I have dedicated for different type of categories, right? I have for mastering, including for mixing, and then I have my instrument, and I have dedicated collection for Arturia and native instrument, universal audio, and isotope and wave. Those are my 5 steps. Let's do a quick recap. Step number 1, assess your needs. Step number 2, research. Step number 3, focus on quality. Step number 4, get to know what you already have. And step number 5, avoid too many options. So those are my 5 tips, my 5 steps when I want to select efficiently audio processing plugins. I hope that have been helpful for you, or at least help you to reflect about your decisions in terms of how you invest in your gear. So enough about me today. I want to get to know a little bit more about you. Write me in the comment section below what are the plugins that you use the most. Do you have a selection of plugins that you use for all your mixes? So let me know in the comment section below what are your favorite. That's it for me today. I'm probably going to share a few more in depth of my mixing process now that I'm mixing this EP Ikigai that I'm planning to release very soon. I hope you are very well wherever you are. Take care of yourself. See you on the next one. Idebo Bache.
Orun Kingdom Music.